Practical Principles. This is Practical Prince. Today we're doing Talk and Tarot, so feel free to drop your questions into the comments or the chat, whatever it is on your system. We'll just be doing free readings for the next hour or so. I do have one question that came in already, or rather came in ahead of time. So I'll get that ready. Spell the name right. Let me make sure I got it all, just because I have to keep to a certain word count. You guys don't necessarily need to. Okay. And yeah, no questions yet, so we'll go ahead and get started with this one from Lavina. Deshaun Bott's current thoughts and feelings towards me. Will he support me as she's doing some stuff? And what will become of, she used friendship, I'm just more generically using relationship, because she's not planning on marriage right now, but that doesn't mean she's not open to the prospect. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. We'll see how much. We might have to do multiple readings just because there's a lot of questions. We'll see what we get. Let's see. Sorry. I'll have to double check just to make sure I'm getting that one right. Definitely want to double check that. It seems like we're getting most of it. Yeah. Do we have that? Let's see if we got everything. Okay. So we're missing feelings. Support, thoughts towards you, and then this one I need to make sure we're getting that orientation right. Okay, yeah, it's reversed and then skewed, so offset from what a reverse would normally be, which is odd for this deck because it doesn't, or at least it didn't come with reversed meanings. So we'll be referencing a few other guides to figure that out and figure out the skew. Oh, and the feeling, the sense I got on feelings isn't that there aren't any, but they're sort of in suspense right now. Um, and at least as far as you're asking, shouldn't be a big issue um, at present. So, okay. So we've got 7 of Cups, we've got 6 of Swords, and then we've got 4 of Swords. Interesting. Um, as far as thoughts towards you, they're thinking they should be moving on, which might also explain why feelings are in suspense. Like, even if they had feelings, if they think that they shouldn't be chasing you, it makes sense that they're trying to shelve those. As far as being able to support you, um, it's how to describe that. Not that they wouldn't make the effort, um, more so, it'll be hard to really rely on it. Um, Not because they're flaky or anything like that, just um, intention seems to be clouding it, and it's discounting and well downplaying any support that's coming. So, uh, and that doesn't mean that they're bad or that their intention is wrong. Um, it's just not going to be very effective at all. And then 4 of Swords, we need to double check on. This one, the notes on it are rest and recovery, but this is reversed and then skewed. So who knows how this is going to pan out. Let's go ahead and get some examples to get a sense of it. We'll be reading the reversed. Um, Skew is sort of my own thing, so we'll be figuring that out afterwards. Exhaustion, amassing strength, resilience. Okay. How to put this? Hey, Emily. How's it going? let's go ahead and reference the other one as well. But exhaustion and resilience, it wasn't so focused on exhaustion. Amassing strength was the other one, and that's probably a better fit for what that one was saying. Pretty good. Mostly over my allergies, but yeah. I'm very functional, so I'm thankful for that. Restlessness, burnout, stress. So yeah, this is more negative rest, I guess. Sort of. I'm doing reading, so I got one question from Lavina, so I'm answering that. Um, but then after that, the floor is open to whoever wants a reading. Um, so if anybody wants to stick their question, or we can just chat. It is talk and tarot, but most people are interested in readings, and so I just do questions as they come in. Restlessness, burnout, stress. Okay. The ones that matter. I mean, we can do silly questions if you want, but um, you usually get silly answers. So yeah, I like to do serious stuff. So let me see for Laguna. I don't know if there's a better way of putting it other than it'll wear, um, wear down, wear away. Um, so it doesn't seem like this is going to be particularly less. I mean, it'll take time to wear, but it doesn't seem like this will be a lasting one. So yeah, that's where we're at, and she's not live, but she knows how to reach out to me if she needs clarification on anything. So yeah, 7 of Chalices, 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Um, that's okay. There's plenty of people where I sometimes have to be like, is that really what you want to ask? Or do you mean this? So I've helped wordsmith questions before. Um, so I guess presumably you believe in afterlife. Otherwise, there's really no well-being to inquire of for your twin brother. Um, so with that premise, I assume we're asking how he's doing over there. That's a good question too. Um, not necessarily as active, because we would also want to try figuring out solutions. Um, but yeah. Shall we do a reading on your grief and the effect it's having and what to do about it? It's okay. I'll go ahead and highlight this. Um, Obviously, we talked about what aspects we're interested in. So, um, yeah, let me. Normally, I get some sense of what deck to pick, even if it's very faint. It is flat even. I'm not really getting anything from any of them. So let me commune for a bit. Because we might just do like a mini therapy, basically. Yeah. Oh, you're fine. This is unusual for me, so it's kind of fun being different. Yeah, we're basically just gonna talk through this. So I'll go ahead and drop that. Um, so you had a very tight relationship, which is a normal feeling. Uh, so you guys bonded over some crazy stuff. Why would he be mad at you? Just because you're still hung up on him, or and he's just like, gosh, get over it already. Well, for some people it's harder than others, but he was a big chunk of your life. uh, and that piece that you had in place that was him is just suddenly gone. So yeah, where your life was built on that foundation, it's understandable that it's feeling all shaky and mixed up. It's fine. Yeah, it's as far as my philosophy, I'm communing with one spirit. I'm a Christian, so I'm communing with the Holy Ghost. Um, so it's not as if any one rogue spirit can shut down the connection. So I guess I'm wondering, do you want to move on? I mean, I understand it's sort of essential. He's not here. That's not changing. Um, but at the same time, like we said earlier, your life was sort of built on him existing in a sense. And it is very inconvenient of him to just up and leave you like that. So it is natural for there to be resistance to that sort of change, just because that is a pretty critical piece of how you were operating in the world. And replacing that is very inconvenient. Hey, Tina. You guys go ahead and chat. I need to grab tissues just because my nose is running again. Be back. What? There. Pretty good. Still recovering from allergies, but I think I'm through the worst of it. So this part isn't bad at all. Just need to have my tissues. How are you doing? It's been a couple days. That's good. Good. Any update on your granddaughter, right? That is the right relationship. Okay. Which is fine. Some stuff takes time. As long as she's making progress, I'm looking for a better word. But that's good. Something to look forward to then. Does she get a belated birthday party then? Switch this over. And Emily, we can keep talking if you need time and whatnot, or want to join back. That's fine. Didn't mean to derail you. I just think you needed some time. How old was you turning? A nice number to get. Um, it's not like there's a set path or anything like that, and it'll vary depending on your beliefs. So I don't know if you caught me talking with Emily earlier. I'm a Christian, so when I'm getting answers, I'm working with the Holy Ghost. Other people believe in a greater diversity of spirits and gods, and um, they're communing with those or soliciting them for help. So, I mean, the first step um, would really just be defining your beliefs. That's fine. And then from there, figuring out what your mechanism for connecting with truth is, or soliciting supernatural or divine help. Because I guess truth might be subjective if you believe in a number of gods and diversity of spirits. So, so yeah, beliefs, figuring out that mechanism, whatever that is in your beliefs. So for me, um, I mean, prayer would be the typical thing. Obviously, when I'm doing tarot, I'm more just doing on the fly communing with the spirit, um, not having to necessarily kneel down and bow my head. Okay, so I guess, do you also believe in the Holy Ghost, or at least something that fills that gap as far as facilitating the communication? Okay, so you do believe in the Holy Ghost then, which would um, be available. Um, yeah, so now, and this is where my knowledge of other Christian faiths is going to be weak, because I know in my faith, um, when you're baptized and confirmed, assuming that you're living rightly and in line with God's will, you're guaranteed access to the Holy Ghost, which is basically a lifeline to truth. Um, I don't know if other faiths have that same sort of guarantee. So at that point, you might need to study doctrine. Um, so that'd be the next thing. After that, um, it'd sort of be a phase of experimentation, because different people are affected by the Holy Ghost differently. Um, Obviously, you can get the burning in the bosom. Some people will hear words, um, and sometimes it's just difficult distinguishing between inspiration um, versus message. Hey, Shauna, it's been a while. How you doing? But back to Tina. Um, yeah, at that point, it's a bit of experimenting on what the nature of your relationship and connection with that Holy Ghost is. Yeah, just generally, or um, is there a specific area, or do we just want a general reading? Pretty good. Getting over some allergies, but mostly better. Glad you're holding it together. Okay. Uh, Bless you. I'll go ahead and do Shauna's reading. Tina, if you have more thoughts or questions, feel free to comment. We'll be using the Destiny deck. Okay. And I should. There we go. Now you can see what I'm up to. Okay. We'll do that right after. Right. I feel like we should be getting more, but let me check. It's not a major event, but it is an event. It's noteworthy. Um, and maybe it's just because we're looking at relatively near future. Um, but we've only got the one thing. Hey, spiritual. How's it going? We've got Ace of Pentacles. Um, this is, uh, I guess, like a lot of aces, favors beginnings. And it speaks to a certain amount of prosperity, which I guess that's what the card says. But um, that's typical of Pentacles, dealing more with the material world. Hey, Poke. Okay, I see your question, spiritual. Um, but yeah, Shauna speaks to good beginnings and stuff going well. There's not really much more to say on that. Okay. Uh, so we just finished Shauna. I've got um, no. So I've got Tina right now. Ooh. I mean, I don't envy you that part. It sounds like it definitely gets better. So Oh, it's definitely hard. But yeah, you might need to just get out of that potentially. Just get that over with. So as far as everyone else, we're doing Tina now. Her question is highlighted. Spiritual, you would be after Tina, and then Pulkit, you would be third. Sorry, I guess I should do it this way so you guys can see. Tina, spiritual, Pulkit, and hopefully I'm saying that right. So yeah, let me get Tina's deck. We'll be using Lost Forest. Yeah, we're not really getting anything, Tina. Um, Not that you've got smooth sailing, but you don't have any unexpected surprises or anything like that coming your way. So nothing to worry about there. Spiritual. Let's find it. It's fine. I'd love to check that. Yeah. Make sure I got it. Yeah, so okay, so these two are speaking to performance. The combination will give us yes, no on first. Let me check because this one's reversed. No. Okay. Just wanted to check if we were flipping how the reverse plays out in the combination, and we're not. So 9 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Chalices. So it puts you up there, but I think that 9 of Swords is putting a damper on it. Let me double check. Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely possible, and that's probably too weak. This is more within your control than not. Um, so you're doing fine. As far as your performance, um, yeah, it looks positive. Um, you'll definitely be up there. The only question is the exact ranking. Um, but like I was saying, it's more within your control than not. Uh, I don't have that precisely from the cards. So um, as far as your performance, we've got 3 of Pentacles and then the reversed 9 of Swords. I'll double check on that, but these are kind of similar. 3 of Pentacles deals with planning and preparation, and not just that, but such plans paying off. Um, 9 of Swords usually deals with analysis paralysis, or at least that's what I call it. Um, but given that it's reversed, it might actually want you to take a moment. So let me get that. Okay, so you're definitely able to win. Um, it's just not a guaranteed victory as far as the cards go. So there's a little wiggle room going on there, which it sounds like from your track record um, is expected. That you're up there, and it's just a matter of how things play out. No problem. Um, we talked about that for the reversed. Um, Turmoil, anxiety, self-doubt. Um, okay. Yeah, so this is just suggesting you stress, anxious about this, um, and really just do what you can to calm your nerves. Um, take a breather if you need to, stuff like that. Um, that's the advice it has. So yeah, and then Pulkit, U.S. in August. Let's find out. Let's get you. Nice. Again. Let's see. Which one? Okay. Looks like getting the top of my eye. Let's see. Hey, Deborah. I have a more specific question that doesn't hurt, um, but the question as is okay. So, um, your call, whether you want to try specifying it or not. Okay. And yeah, we're just getting the yes, no. So, oh yeah, and these ones have different names. Okay. Nine of birds is nine of swords. So from the previous one, we already know. That's a no. That puts a damper on it. Four of embers, four of wands. That'd be a yes. Wanderer, I'm gonna have to double check. I want to say it's the page of wands. Um, this side. Yes, page of wands, and that would be a yes. So as far as a normal yes, no, this would be a yes, but it may take time. So let me see if I can nail down. It's weird. Usually with this, um, yeah. Um, Usually with the yes, but it takes time, it's usually just a little farther outside the time frame they were asking about. In your case, it just seems like it doesn't get finalized until closer to the date, is really what it boils down to. So I don't know if the process just takes longer for some reason. Um, yeah, you might be in suspense for longer than usual, but I mean, just do normal due diligence. It'll be fine. Okay. And then Deborah. Let's see. Looks like you're doing the same one. Okay. Mhm. I'm just trying to figure out if these are related, speaking to the same thing, or if they're two different things. And it seems like they're different parts of the same thing, if that's clear. They don't necessarily mix and match together, but they are speaking to the same thing. So the cosmic tree, this would normally be the hermit, and then I was about to say tree of birds, three of birds, which would normally be three of swords. The hermit suggests some introspection might be called for, some time alone and thinking, whether that's voluntary or forced, uh, most likely voluntary. For some people, it could end up being forced, but it's not typical. I think of Three of Birds, the Three of Swords, as a reality check. Um, its other things would be like rude awakening. So, and I don't know what area or aspect of your life this is going to pop up in. Um, it's not going to be like, how am I going to put that? The foundations you're building on um, are good. You just have a bad assumption somewhere, and this is going to expose that. Um, Not necessarily as violently as these birds. I don't know if you can see the artwork, but they've been shot down, basically. Um, it'll hurt, it'll be rough, um, but it's not going to be as catastrophic as like getting the tower would be. That's a huge upheaval. Here, yeah, it's just one problem, a significant one at that time, but um, easy enough to work around and resolve. So, yeah. Yeah, and it's quite possible the three of birds hits and then you take the introspection. Um, but yeah, and that's not to say that this is forced. It's just a natural consequence of trying to process and deal with whatever the three of birds is. So again, this isn't like death in the family or something like that. Um, still hurts, but yeah, I think we've talked enough about that. Let me know if you've got questions. I'll go ahead and clean this up. Yeah. Well, we've caught up and we've also run out of time. So we'll go ahead and sign off. Thanks so much for stopping by. Love doing readings and getting answers for you. Hope you guys have a great day, a wonderful weekend. Jocelyn, um, go ahead and message me on Facebook, Practical Prince. I do need to get ready for work though, so I've got to keep signing off. And if it can wait, next Friday I can do a live reading as well. Otherwise, it'll just be the back and forth on Messenger. Yes, that was your reading, Deborah. So you're good. Um, Molly, same thing. So Jocelyn, Molly, I've got to sign off. I've got work. Um, need to get ready for that and get going. Um, if you want to wait next Friday, I do live readings. Otherwise, okay, awesome. We'll see you then, Jocelyn. Otherwise, if you're wanting something sooner, go ahead and message me, and um, I'll just do it once I'm done with work and have the time. So yeah, okay. You too. Have a wonderful weekend, and until next time, take care.